This is update 12 of the French Biointensive Organic Raised Bed Garden. I have all kinds of peas. I need to come out and pick again. I have picked 1.5 gallons of peas off of this. These vines have fallen down because they're just too heavy and they weren't holding on to the trellis. Look, there's a ladybug. Wish I could take you and put you over on the aphids. And a damselfly. Real pretty shiny iridescence. I hope that comes across. Anyway, so yeah, the peas are doing really, really well. Oh, this looks like one I missed. Well, maybe I can save that one for seed. The onions are starting to make bulbs. So I think that the only one that bolted is the only one that's not going to. Something started eating on this lettuce. I don't know what it is. Kale is doing really well still over here. And this is the back side of the peas. So I gotta get these picked today, and then I've got to blanch a bunch of them. This is my yarrow. I've started drying it. I forget what it's good for. I have it written down in my notebook, but it's an herbal remedy for lots of things. And you drink the flowers and tea and leaves dried in a tea. Still have not transplanted these things, which I know I need to, but you know, there's never enough hours in the day. The chive has gone to seed and started falling into the pot, so hopefully in a little bit we'll have more chives coming up. I have harvested some comfrey, and it's drying in the dehydrator right now. I harvested a bunch of the basil, and it also is in the dehydrator. The fennel is doing really well since I transplanted it. I'm thinking I might need to take them apart some more. I've never grown fennel before, so I don't know. The rosemary is still alive. The cilantro is starting to thrive, and so is the parsley. This lettuce is still going strong, and it hasn't bolted, and neither have these, so I don't know. That's one of the newer lettuces there. This one I'm allowing to bolt so we get seeds. Same with the sorrel. I'm allowing it to bolt so we get seeds. Tomatoes are doing really well. Peppers are stunted, so I have to get some rabbit manure and get it on there and see if that doesn't help. But the peppers that are getting enough sunlight, look at that right there. That is my permanent markers have washed off, so I don't know what type of pepper it is. Looks like a bell though, so it's probably Ruby King. My carrots have really filled out, doing wonderfully well. This lettuce, it's a newer lettuce, so it still needs to be picked really soon. The marjoram is getting bigger again, so I might be able to harvest some soon. I forgot the time. The thyme is flowering now, so I'm letting it go to seed, and then so it'll plant more of itself, and then the next batch should be able to get a lot more. These tomatoes are taller than me now, so not by very much, maybe 2 inches. The calendula, I've been harvesting it. You can see where I've been harvesting it. But I think these are aphids. They look a little different than the ones that like the cabbage, so I'm not sure. It could be something else. But I really love how beautiful these flowers are, and they attract a lot of pollinators, and pretty soon they will be making me a salve once the oil is infused. Okay, the watermelon's gone crazy this week. Oh, look, another ladybug. You need to go over and eat the aphids. Okay, it's blooming. It's coming over. When my husband comes home tomorrow, I'll have to hold all of these up, and he's going to have to come in here and weed eat down here. This lettuce is doing well. It's protected pretty well in the shade of the kale and watermelon. Looks like I've got some wild yarrow. Oh, bunny! Hey, little bunny! Oh! Hope you see it there at the base of the blackberries. So that other one that's been running around obviously had children. Where'd you go? There you are. Here's this one's quite small. It looks like maybe a 4-week-old. Of course, I'm comparing it to my domestic rabbits, so it could actually be older than that. The cottontails don't get as big. Fava beans. On a Sazi beans. Green beans. And of course the Haricot Vert, the Maxi Bell Haricot Vert, are producing beans. They're really small and skinny at the moment, but they are producing them. So hopefully in about a week I'll have those to preserve. These tomatoes have also made it to at least as tall as me. Really doing very, very well. Very impressed. The peppers are having a hard time between the beans and the tomatoes finding light, but once we pull the tomatoes, that shouldn't be a problem anymore. Or not pull the tomatoes. Once we pull the green beans, when they're done, that won't be a problem anymore. Cabbage is heading up beautifully. I need to get out here and put some nylon stockings over the heads so that bugs can't get into them, because I still have a slight aphid problem. But was it Bev from our Half Acre Homestead? She put knee-high nylons, one per cabbage head. I don't know if it was last year or a couple years ago, but by putting it over the cabbage head, she was able to keep the bugs out of it so they couldn't eat it and make her cabbage heads all holy. And I very clearly need to do that before the situation gets much worse. The chard is doing a lot better. It's still got bugs eating it, but the leaves are a lot bigger and healthier, and there's a few that don't have bugs on them. I am actually thinking about buying some ladybugs. I read that if you get the garden completely wet and release them at nighttime, they will stay. Because they'll have plenty of moisture to drink, and they will easily find food in the morning. So I think I'm going to try that. They do sell them at our co-op. Hey, George. George is walking much better now. Still limping, but he's doing pretty good. Hey, George. Gonna walk? Gonna walk for us? Don't want to make him walk too much, but I'd like to show the progress of his limp. He's getting along way, way better. Much less of a limp. So, George did his job. George drove off the hawk. We've not seen it since we lost the chicken, and he's healing. So that's really, really good. Okay, I better get back to the garden update. Still picking strawberries. But the artichoke is starting to open. I'm really looking forward to when it does, because it's the stuff inside is so pretty. It'll be just gorgeous. Ahoy! My yellow crookneck squash is massive. This is my hand, and this is the leaf. But there are squashes forming. It's a lot better than I can say for last year, when I had exactly 3 squashes and none of them made it past the 2-inch mark, and they just don't want to grow. Of course, that was in the straw bale garden, which, yeah, really did not like for the crookneck squash. It did fine for the zucchini. This year the squash is doing fantastic, and the zucchini a little less so, but the stuff we transplanted up front is doing really well. So you win some, you lose some. And as long as I have zucchini, I will be a happy camper. And there's more strawberries in there. So that is the update for week 12 of the garden. Just a quick shot of the zucchini up front. There are fruit forming. So we will have zucchini.